Hi there guys, back out working on the 63 C10 today, and today's job is fitting a new carb. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on with getting that on the truck. Okay, so if you'll have watched my last video, I've been having starting issues with the truck. So it has been set up for quite a while. And if I remember rightly, it was starting to cause an issue starting from cold before it was off the road, but now it is a real problem. My thinking originally was that the fuel was draining back, because as soon as it has started, it starts fine. So I changed the fuel line on it. This is still like the carb that was on it. So it already had an Edelbrock carb on it. It is a 1406. So I changed this hard line here because it was just rubber hose to it, and then I fitted some new like braid covered rubber hosing down to the fuel pump, fitted a new fuel filter, and fitted a non-return valve. So after doing all that, it still didn't want to start. So the next thing I did was I think you can just about see it down there, I fitted a new fuel pump, because I thought perhaps the fuel pump isn't pumping up the fuel properly. So I fitted a new fuel pump. I took out the non-return valves that I had put in, and the problem is still there. Before I started this, I fitted new plugs and leads to it. I've then replaced the distributor cap and rotor arm, and then my thinking now is that the carb has failed. So I went to have a look, and the choke is seized solid. So this here is rock solid, you can't move it at all. I took the electric choke bit off and snapped off one of the fittings that holds that on. So I decided best bet, just get a new carb. Now I've had this truck roughly 11 years. This carb was already on it when I bought it, so I was quite happy to buy another the same. So all I've done is just bought a newer model. This one's a 14063, so it's still a 600 CFM carb. Yeah, get the usual stuff in it, a booklet, some gaskets, new bit of wire into the electric choke, fuel filter, and you know, this is a newer version, but I don't know if you can see it there while it's in the box, but I've gone for one that's in black. So I'm hoping, keep my fingers crossed, that I can just whip that carb off, put the new one on, and we'll be good to go. From what I've looked into, it takes very little setting up to get them running on them. So yeah, fingers crossed that's going to happen. So yeah, I'm going to start off by removing that old one and get on with fitting this new one. Okay, let's crack on. Start off by taking these choke connections off. This is a vacuum for the distributor. That hasn't been off in a while. done to this one. Take off that fuel line. Just the 3/4. Managed to get fuel on that, so a bit late, but some plugs in. And try and undo this throttle rod here. This has just got this bit in here, a split pin on the back of it. That kick down table or something. I think that's everything disconnected. I just need to unbolt it. I'll try myself one of those electric ratchets one day. It'll be easy. Hopefully this is just going to lift off. There we go. Must be not street fuel on the truck. Must be under a few years. So, yeah. Right, I'll set this to one side. And have a little clean up of the area where I've removed it. Okay, so at the minute the earth for the electric choke is grounded here on the side of the inlet manifold. What I'm going to remove that is when I looked on Edelbrock site, it suggests just basically using one of the screws that mounts the adjustment for the choke as that, and then I can get rid of that along with a piece of wire. So I'm just going to remove that. Put that small bolt back in there. Cleaned up this plate. I've cleaned up around the edge of it. I think I'm just going to slot the new carb back on it now. Okay, just before I fit the new one, I'll just show that they are pretty much identical. There we go. Void your warranty if you use the wrong fuel. The only real difference is this fitting here. Now my original carb did have that until I fitted that hard line, so I'll just remove this. I'll do it once I've bolted it on though, because it'll be sturdier for me to be able to undo it. The only other real difference is like the mounting for the electric choke. So this has got these like small little clips. Should have had one there that I broke off, and one down here. Whereas this has got like a ring that goes all the way around it. Now to me this looks like a bit of a better idea than that original one. But other than that, looks the same. So that's good in my point of view, because I can just slip that new one on. The only other thing I've got to do is fit a bung here into the new carb. It is supplied in the kit, I've just got to put it in. So I might do that before I put it on, because that'll be a struggle trying to reach around the back of it, especially with that fitting in the way. So yeah, I'm going to get this fitting in the back of here and then get that carb on. Okay, new gasket on. Drop that new carb on. There we go. That looks better already. I might just give these nuts a quick clean before I put them on, just so it looks a little bit tidier. Okay, I've slipped the washers on. I'm just going to put these nuts back on. snug these down. So I'm not going to change anything, any settings or anything. I'm just going to put it all back together. The last one came off, and see how we go from there. And this is the positive side of the chain. This vacuum port here needs blocking off, but they give you a bung in the kit for that. I think you can use that for the transmission, but my one's taken off the port in the back of the manifold rather than the carb. And then all I've got to do now is take this fitting out for the fuel line and put my hard line on. That's it. Give them the gasket in. Is the earth side of the electronic choke, so I'm just going to have a little cable from here to this bit in here. Although Edelbrock suggests that's what you do, I'll give you the longest bit of cable for that. Essentially to go from there to there. So I'm going to cut this down, just crimp another end on here, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back with a shortened earth strap because that other one, in my opinion, was too long. So the fittings to adjust the choke, they've changed these to torque fittings now from like a Phillips crosshead screwdriver. So that's another good thing, I think, that they've done. This is a T15. I haven't done it mega short. I have still left quite a bit on it, but I'm happier with that than I was with the one Edelbrock supply. That's definitely neater than it was. So I'm just going to cable tie this wire down here, just tidy that up. Connect my battery up because I bought a new battery, and then yeah, I'm going to go firing it out. And let's hope it's better than it was. Well, there we have it. It started, and it started so much quicker than I was expecting. So yeah, that's good. I haven't filmed it, and I'm in a residential area, so I haven't really like revved it up much, but it does seem to rev up cleaner than it did before. So I'm not sure if the vacuum pump was like no good in the old one either. So I think a test drive's on the cards. Just come to put the air filter on. I forgot I missed out a major part. Something to be able to screw the lid to. So yeah, these ideally you put them in and then cut them down to size. I'll see now how close that is. I'm not going to worry about that now, but I might trim that a little bit. So yeah, jobbed. Okay, jobbed. So put that in a how-to video. You know, it might help somebody. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. It seems to, well, it definitely started better, because last time it was nearly running the battery flat. It revs up cleaner straight away. So that was definitely a job that needed doing. So I'm going to end this video now. I'm not going to go out and drive it straight away and put it in this video, but I might do a video later on in the year maybe, see how it's been, because I don't really think I'm going to have any problems with it because of how good the last one was. But yeah, I think this is definitely a job that definitely needed doing, and yeah, hopefully I can get out and use it this weekend. So thanks very much for watching. Drop me a comment, subscribe to the channel, like the video, all the usual stuff, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Cheers, bye.